Yes.
Lions roaring in the morning sun, searching for a longer day. People feeling like the light has just come. We must never stop the way.
Right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are a bit behind schedule today because there were so many matches to be played, and we had a bit of issues with
Butterflies
scheduling.
born
But
by thy wish,
late,
guided
being
by
late
lantern's light.
is basically it's better to be late than never. We all say, and we still have the chance to bring you this matchup, quite anticipated. But before we actually go into the matchup, I also want to introduce the co-caster with me today, the fan favorite, the palatable one himself, who goes very well with rice and beef, Mr. Stew. Please say hi to your fans.
You were very correct. Violence can be delayed but never denied. You will get what's coming to you. And right now, we are bringing you another, should I say, highly anticipated matchup between Phoenix and Realm of Kings. Right now, getting into I actually missed the lobby bans because I just finished playing my own game. But getting straight into it, we're seeing a Bane ban, which we hadn't seen since the game with Kogeki Danta versus El Cartel. So,
Yeah.
how are you feeling about this matchup, and like how are you feeling about this draft so far, Mike?
Let's hear from the crowd.
Yeah,
Make
the
some
lobby
noise for
bands, let me
yours
just point that
truly.
out since you missed it. They were Brody, Clint, Marlot, and Sicilian. So,
Crowned by heaven's
so
mandate,
far, I would
my
say they are
legacy
really
shall
trying
endure.
to possibly target the priority picks for each of these players, especially around the side lanes, with Sicilian only being the mage, the major mage. Zushin also is here, but to me, she's not much of a threat. But I think PHX consider her that much of a threat to ban her. But so far, it's looking like Realm of Kings are actually going more for that AoE advantage with the likes of the Yuzhong and the Minotaur picks, and then that Mountain Shocker from Yeson Shin will definitely be a map opener for them, Stu. So far, with this last pick being locked in by PHX, I don't know if I exactly favor any side right now.
Wait for no man.
Your team
nor
is
girl.
banning.
Right now, I'm more annoyed by the name of the player that picked this YSS, because we were complaining yesterday about the names and how we had to do commentary with such silly names. And right now, we're seeing someone, and I quote, I whimper loudly. Yeah, you guys are very creative, Andrew. Okay, but going back to the game, we're looking at the drafts here, and we are seeing that Yuzhong pick. Right now, it is kind of pretty evenly matched in terms of a draft. We're getting like a lot of utility in the side of
Yeah,
PHX from that Zaytan, Ion and that Zaytan. We all know how that global ult can disrupt those team fights, and we also have that CC being played by Mick here, and we all know how much of a menace that CC is. But then we also have that CC facing against of Yuzhong, the Black Dragon himself, and like you
yeah,
said, the Mountain Shocker, all the vision that you can get from that hero, the YSS, it's like there's a lot of utility, but then there's still a lot of damage. And actually, we're seeing a hero that we haven't seen in a while, and it looks like we're gonna get a Badang Grom here from PHX Destiny. And
yeah.
but what do you think are the next few picks that we're gonna see here?
Um, okay, for the side of I think it's just their mage left. I will actually fancy seeing a Xavier right now. But it's interesting that since he's rework and will I say semi buff, I've never actually seen any team opting to go for him. Instead, they go for that Vexana. I would really like to see Xavier debut in one of these matches, especially since they have the space from the Black Dragon form from Yuzhong and then that Minoan Fury from Minotaur. That's actually enough space and allowance for a hero like a mage like Xavier to do all he needs to do
See
and
the
much
value in
more
me?
to actually cause
You
the
should.
opponents a headache actually. But the final pick on the side of PHX is going to be that Fredrin. So I definitely would like to see a very big Appraiser's Wrath. And I think with Big Emmy on that big Fredrin is definitely something that's going to be on the books still.
Right now we are seeing a tank jungler from the side of PHX. I'm hoping that this isn't gonna be a repeat of what we're seeing with the invades with this Fredrin of a hero. Because right
Yeah,
now they do have a Minotaur roam. They have a Vexana mage, which can sort of assist with the invades, but she's not the strongest when it comes to anti-invades. So yeah, they PHX are actually prime to try and push for a more aggressive gameplay
5
in the early
seconds till the
game. But I
enemy
don't
reaches
think
the
that they're gonna
battlefield.
actually go for that
Smash
route
them.
because in as much as there's a high
All
reward, there's also a
troops
high risk
deployed.
involved. But yeah,
yeah,
looking at the draft so far, I would say that both teams are kind of well balanced. I will lean on the side of PHX here. I'm not exactly a fan of the Badangro, but I do see how he can be useful, especially with that lockdown CC accompanied with the Fredrin. And they do have
yeah.
sufficient damage coming in from Mick and Striker here with those physical damage heroes. So yeah, right now I would say that it is oh, but looks like in the top lane they are putting some pressure onto Mick, but yeah, it's just putting some early game pressure so that CC doesn't get enough space to just wreak all the havoc that she can. But yeah, what
Yeah.
do you think? What are your bets for the first Torsu here?
Yeah, I you all know my stance when it comes to making bets. I would rather avoid it so that I don't get blamed by any team for cursing them with the caster's curse. But I think it's interesting that the focus is on this AXP lane right now because I believe they have gotten intel that Mick is probably the player to watch in the roster of this PHX team, and they're actually doing their best to make sure that they get him under control and even possibly subdue him before he can get a scaling that will make him be an absolute menace to their roster right now. So they are doing their best, but actually see a brave assault from Big Emmy right there in the top lane, but Vortex does well to actually dash out of that. So that would be a an engage delayed, but not quite denied. Emmy going in again once more on Vortex, but he is just playing jumping jacks right now, Stu.
Yeah, it looks like they plan to put some pressure on Mick, and PHX responded in kind there and put the pressure right back on Vortex. But right now, we are seeing the first turtle has spawned. The Black Dragon form that is popped by Vortex. He is going on to Ion in the back line. Ion trying his best to escape here, but ooh, looks like he would be stranded in the
First
middle
blood.
of no man's land. Oh, but that is actually a first blood onto PHS Destiny, and he's still petrified plus the middle and rage. The Grand Phoenix calling tries to stop that fight, but no, that is not going to be enough. She pops the Purify, but ooh, that's a double kill for Vortex. The Black Dragon has arrived, and he has claimed 2 lives on the side of PHX.
Yeah.
But that might not be the end of this fight here. PHS Destiny trying his best. He gets the fist break onto,
Oh,
and it's Emmy that does secure that turtle. So they did lose 4 people here, but they managed to actually um, claim that turtle. So it isn't a total loss.
yeah, definitely. They actually did their best to bring that back in. I actually thought that was going to be a free total for the side of Realm of Kings right there. I didn't expect Big Emmy to come in and get that total secure still on that Frederick. That just shows the amount of the gap actually between the secure potential of the YSS and the Frederick. And I believe he was a level behind at that point, so it's actually really surprising that he will still manage to get that total secure. But I want to point out that all that scuffle really happened because Destiny overextended and is overextending again right now in the bot lane. I will see that Minoan and Fury committed. The Fury of the Phoenix also executed right there, trying to stave their attack and somehow gets that revenge kill on I Whimper Loudly. He's definitely whimpering loudly right now. That is something that shouldn't happen, especially as a jungle player. He should actually not be dying this early, given the advantage that he would need to scale into the late game still.
Yeah, I was gonna say that you could definitely hear a whimper when he got hit by that tower shot.
Yeah,
But the taunt actually goes on to Vortex. He's trying his best to survive here, but the ultimate does not land from
yeah,
Striker or Emmy here, as the Black Dragon form does go off. But looks like that fight will snuff out.
yeah, indeed. For it's just a little scuffle, I believe, before the total, and I think Realm of Kings actually expended a lot of resources right there, and PHX should actually have the preferable positioning for this total, given how much they use just to get some pokes in. I think they committed both the Black Dragon form and the Mountain Shaka, but I Whimper Loudly manages to get that kill secure. But we see the Fist Break and the Fist Crack combo right there, coupled with the Appraiser's Wrath, and we see Vortex going in with that Furious Dive, and the Petrify combo gets that killing spree on Mick actually, which is interesting. Awimpa Loudly actually fell in that scuffle right there. And while that was happening, Egon has successfully pushed that bottom lane first tier turret still.
Yeah, right now you can see like okay, I've been throwing jabs at this going back to the OG Nigeria meta, but like we're seeing the Yuzhong just being such a strong performer throughout several games in this tournament. And right now we're seeing like the Sicilian also being banned. So like it just really feels like oh, but the Furious
Oh,
dive onto PHS Destiny and he will fall again. Right now, I think this Badang needs to understand that he isn't the tank. He's a fighter, and he shouldn't be
exactly,
making those kind of dangerous plays that he is making right now. He needs to kind of cool down and wait for his time to shine and engage. But yeah, like I was saying, like this, like the Yuzhong and the Sicilian, we're seeing them just making more and more appearances. For Sicilian, is more like non-appearances,
exactly,
being banned out all the time. But yeah, right now the performance we're seeing from Vortex here on that Black Dragon is really telling. But looks like that ultimate is pop by Ion, but the fights would not take place. We're on to the third total. Right now we're seeing that PHX have gotten both totals here. But what do you think is going to happen for this third one? Because even though PHX has the total counts,
yeah.
they are behind in gold by around 5k.
Yeah, actually, it's an equal total count. If you recall correctly, Wimper Loudly actually managed to get that total secure on the second total. So it's actually equal right now. And it's looking like it's going to be a free second total secure for the side of Realm of Kings right now. We see Dragon Knights 2K just going to the back lines and harassing Zetian as much as he wants. He's just playing around with her body as much as he wants, and Emmy can't do anything about it. Destiny can't do anything about it. Striker can't do anything about it. We have all been talking about the Grok being a menacing tank pick right now, but I think we need to give Minotaur his flowers.
Ooh, but looks like the fist break and fist crack going on too. But how Vortex in the back line with that Furious dive and the Petrify. Will he be shut down? The cutting call actually goes onto them and he pins them together. But no, there isn't enough damage. They don't have enough gold to actually shut down Vortex here. Right now, PHX are just they're kind of in a five. They're still in a 5k gold deficit.
Yeah,
Actually getting close to a 6k gold deficit, and they do have heroes that scale in the form of the Beatrix. So right now, what they're gonna want to do is to wait for that Beatrix to scale and wait for that lockdown CC from Destiny as well as Emmy. But right now, we can see that that Vortex is gonna be a serious problem. So until that
yeah,
Beatrix gets items like a Wind of Nature and can wait out that Black Dragon form, and then proceed to shut him down after that. It's going to be hard for PHS to actually be taking these fights as they currently stand. But right now, like, this is MLBB, we've seen it before. There's no game that's lost until the crystal drops. But it looks like we might be seeing an engage onto Emmy here, but no, that will be snuffed out. Okay, Lord spawning in 15 seconds right now. I feel that this is going to be a Lord that goes to the side of Realm of Kings. And then PHX are going to have to, if they want to hang on to this game, they're going to have to defend this Lord, maybe the next one, and then we might be seeing embers of a comeback.
Yeah, indeed, indeed. It's not over till it's over. There's actually always a possibility for that comeback whenever teams are down like this. We actually see that Fury of the Phoenix in an attempt to get a lot still, but it is unsuccessful, and I weep loudly manages to secure that neutral objective as well. So that will be the Lord matching the bottom lane. It's just the tower defense left in the inhibitor right now. I don't really know if Realm of Kings will be able to push that lane all the way and actually take that inhibitor. But looking at the builds right now, um, we can see that I whimper loudly, and pretty much all of or most of the members of um Realm of Kings actually have two core items right now. And with this push, I think we would also be securing the third items as it stands, while PHX are desperately trying to stave the bleeding and prevent the gold lead from just blowing out of proportion and getting incredibly out of their reach still.
Yeah, right now they have lost their tier 2 towers. They're down to their inhibitors. They haven't lost their holy shields, but that will be despawning in a few seconds, if not a minute. So right now, what they just want to do is to try and funnel those waves down to Striker so that he would be able to farm up faster. Because right now, what we're seeing is the roam of Realm of Kings, Dragon Knights here at the level
Yeah,
12, while their marksman is at level 11. It just show you the gold gap right now. It's extended to about like seven. It's almost an 8K gold gap. It's just like, yeah, this are another kind of games that you want to be playing because
yeah,
you're on the back foot. So yeah, right now it's gonna either be Realm of Kings finding a way to utilize that Minuan Fury, should I say Minuan's Rage, and just trying to oppress them in their own towers, probably with a flicker combo, and just followed up by that Black Dragon form so that they can end quickly. Because
yeah.
right now they will still be able to have a fight here if they don't try and end this. Maybe before the 15-minute mark, we might be seeing a difference in the game, a difference in tempo of the game. But yeah, right now this is gonna be like one of those slow moments in the game where the winning team are just playing it safe, just trying to deny PHX some minions so that they don't get the gold. Yeah, so right now, oh, well, looks like Dragon Knights might actually be caught out of position here with Dragon in the bot lane. But yeah, the Lord will be spawning. I'm not sure if we're gonna see a contest. But right now, Beatrix is going back to that bottom lane to clear those waves.
Yeah, indeed. It may look like Dragon Knight is caught out in no man's land actually, but I think it is PHX that are caught in no man's land with him, because with as much space that he can provide and just his imposing presence right there, I don't think there's much they can do to him at this point that he can't take. He's a big boy, he's a beefy boy. He can take all that they throw at him and much more, and I think he's not scared of that. He knows that, and even PHX know that. That's why they're just letting him do as he please, because they can't even change the outcome even if they tried. So that's the Lord secured by I Whimper Loudly one more time, the second Lord right now, and this time it's matching through the middle lane. And there's no holy shield, no holy shield, right? Nothing to take this Lord damage and reduce the HP as it stands. And with all the members of Realm of Kings gathered at the middle lane right now is looking very much like a push into. Oh.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I did see. I'm not sure. Were you? I don't know if you were breaking up. But right now we did see that fizz bake freeze crack combo coming in with the flicker from PHS Destiny, followed up by that ultimate from Striker, being able to just deal massive damage here. So PHX, like I said, the PHX took the initiative and didn't wait
Yeah.
for the combos of Realm of Kings to go out. They executed theirs first and were able to defend our Lord, only losing one inhibitor tower here. And right, you can see Striker on that 213. He's on a 9.4k gold. That is like 1,300 higher than his second highest gold on his team. So yeah, a lot is really riding on that Beatrix, and Realm of King are gonna have to shut him down if they want to have if they want to be able to end this game, because right now this, like I said, it's reached the 15 minutes mark. The tempo of the game has changed. We might be seeing the embers of of a comeback.
Yeah, indeed. That was a nasty combo right there by the side of PHX. That was actually quite disgusting. Um I don't know what was in the books on that or who came up with that strategy, but that was definitely a masterclass. But it seems like I'm having some network issues right now. I really don't know what's going on, but stream seems to be skipping a bit.
Oh, but looks like
So
the fist break.
yeah, just hold it down while I try to fix these issues, please.
All right, guys, this welcome to my TED Talk. Right now, we are talking about Mobile Legends. It's a game that's it's the mobile game. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. Right now, we are seeing that Realm of Kings really don't want to be taking any chances. They're trying their best to to just rush that Lord and keep Emmy away from that Lord pit. But looks like the Fury of the Phoenix will be going down, but they would not be committing to that fight. So right now we're gonna have to see PHX try their best to defend this Lord. They have lost their first inhibitor, so the Lord will more or less have sort of a free reign to just dive towards in the middle of their base. They're gonna have to try and pull off another wombo combo, or at least pull it off to the side, because they do have that Fredrin who can tank a bit of damage. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how they are pulling this to the side. You can see Striker just shredding that Lord with all the damage that he's got. But Dragon Knights might be trying to pull something here. The Minions Fury is still available. But no, he doesn't pop that. He used the Minion Stomp. But oh, the Fist crack in the background. And looks like the fall of the Phoenix will be going out there. And CC with the background, the cutting call. And that would be Adrian falling. I whimper loudly. Would not be able to escape this. What am I doing? You are running away right now. But oh, Mick almost caught dead. And Vortex might be able to survive this, as he recalls, and Dragon Knight does secure that kill onto Mick. So right now we have seen that PHX have lost only one inhibitor. They still have one inhibitor left standing, but they have shrunk that gold lead to a 4k gold lead. And um, if you take a look at the items of that Beatrix here, she's only one item away from completion, and she is now the highest gold in the entire game. So this Beatrix really striker here really gonna be the turning point for his team. He already has been, but he has to not fall here. He has to actually survive, and that's why you see that he has gotten that Wind of Nature to help him survive against that dragon. But ooh, looks like a conceal popped on the face crack, followed by the fall of the Phoenix here. Destiny trying his best to hold it down, but no, he will fall down to that to the heavy crossbow from Aegean. The Black Dragon form is popped. Right now, PHX are in a 4v5 with their Roma have already fallen. But looks like they might be not be able to contest this Lord. Destiny will be up before this Lord is spawned, but
Mm,
then they wouldn't have
indeed.
the ability to contest for the space because he's dead right now. But looks like they might be trying to force the inhibitor here. Yeah, they do get the inhibitor, and ooh, let him stop,
Oh,
and Striker falls. This looks like it might be it for side PHX. Emmy does use the immortality quick swap to survive this, and Mick trying his best. Oh, but the meanwhile, Rage. Oh, that. Oh, the fist back coming in for Destiny. Right now, I don't even know what's going on. Vortex does fall to the damage of Mick. It is a double kill, and they managed to hold on for one more Lord as Striker spawns in 17 seconds.
yeah,
Are you
that
with me, Davis?
was yeah. I'm back now. So sorry. The stream was a bit laggy for a minute because I had the network spike, but I think we're Gucci now. But that was chaos, utter chaos, and I think I'm still surprised that PHX are still standing. They really have that indomitable spirit in them right now.
Ooh. But in the backline, Mick getting that kill onto I don't. What am I doing? Right now, he is showing us why this CC of a hero was focused in the early game, and it is PHX to secure the Lord. It is PHX to secure the Lord. We are on to the
I
20
know,
minutes
right?
mark now, and not only Striker, but Mick has also scaled. Right now, we were seeing the embers of a comeback. Right now, we are seeing a comeback with our
Indeed.
Lord marching down in the favor of PHX. They still haven't gotten any towers so far in the game, but they have gotten one Lord, and they might be able to at least get some tier ones down. But looks like the fist break not followed by the fist win, but no fist crack here yet. And they might be trying to get this down, but the minimum rage coming in and the ultimates coming for Striker. He wasn't able to defend that tower, and they did get the tier one down as the Lord matches down in the bot lane. So right now, what I'm seeing is that they will be trying to get this tier one and tier two over at the top lane. The Lord will be matching in his own at the bot lane, and the mid lane tower will still be standing for the side of Realm of Kings. But then it's gonna actually going to be PHX in control of the map here, even when they are the ones with all their inhibitors down and that wave pressure.
Yeah, indeed. But I think that was just as a result of the law that they took and the extra minions, the buffed minions that goes along with it. So they were just trying to do their best to push, but they've realized now that with all those resources gone, with the Lord gone, with the enhanced minions gone, they don't have the resources to hold off Realm of Kings at the middle of the map. So they actually retreating more to their side of the map to get some semblance of control and to still fancy their chances at taking this game on. Um, um, like I said before, my train of thought before was I'm still surprised that PHX are still in this game, to be very honest, because I actually thought that's two chances now where I thought that Realm of Kings were actually going to just wipe them out and take this game, but they refused to go down without a fight. And that is the spirit of the Nostalgia Cup, the competitive spirit, the indomitable spirit that each and every team should exemplify whenever they step into the land of dawn, just to make sure that they come out as winners and never back down as losers. And the Lord now is up, and Destiny actually trying his best to zone Dragon Knight 2K fearlessly going to the middle of the round. See that Black Dragon form committed to the back line. He's chasing Striker right now, trying to zone out, but the Fury of the Phoenix
Oh,
committed
well, look
and
at Mick.
good. Yeah, they go in with the Minoan Fury and then that heavy crossbow all on Emmy. But that shutdown on Mick may be all that Realm of Kings need to secure this Lord. Brave Emmy actually going in with that brave assault right now. We call him Brave Emmy. He goes in for that brave assault, but it's just not enough. And we see Destiny going with that fist break and the fist crack combo. But he is basically just going to sacrifice himself for Iron. And his sacrifice immediately goes to waste because Iron also gets taken down. And that is the first game going to the time of Realm of
Victory!
Kings still.
And now you can see all of the members of Realm of King actually on that gold medal. And Dragon Knight's on a 12.5 rating, actually not dying. during the entirety of the 23 minutes of this game, and you can just it just goes to show the amount of synergy and yeah, just synergy that they played with, just more or less playing together as a team. And yeah, PHX had a rough early game, and we all know that comebacks are possible, but they're always difficult to claw back from. So the Phoenix is dead right now, and in the game two, we will see if the Phoenix will rise again, because the Phoenix is an immortal with eternal life. If they don't rise
Yeah,
today, maybe they'll rise another day. But right now,
always.
we are in for an interesting game too, because we all know we love to see three games in our series when we're streaming. So yeah, let's hope that they do find answers to the lineup of Realm of Kings here, and give us an entertaining game too, as well as take us into a third game in this series.
Indeed, definitely, definitely. I mean, I don't
Revere the
know about
abyss.
a third game
In
because
my
it's
name
getting pretty
alone.
late still. Don't you need to go to bed?
Well, well, violence never sleeps.
Mhm. Well said, well said. All right, so let's see how it goes.
Selena.
This
Yet
now
another
will be
sacrifice
the
to the god of
second game.
darkness. Only soul-wrenching pain
Not
can wake
quite
her from her ignorance.
not quite an easy matchup from both sides. That was definitely not an easy win for Realm of Kings. They had their work cut out for them by PHX, and they did very, very well to actually make sure that they secured that win. And kudos also to PHX for giving them a run for their money. They actually made them fight for it to make them worthy of that win. And either way, Realm of Kings still proved themselves. So now in game two, we're actually going to see the first phase of the lobby bans. And PHX opting once again for that Sicilian ban, and the Realm of Kings answer right away with the Brody. Um, and the very next ban is that Minotaur ban. That's definitely a respect ban to Realm of Kings and the space that this hero provides, especially with the recent buffs. So indeed, he's finally getting his flowers after so many years of being ignored. Will I say flowers? Will I say grass? Because I mean, cows eat grass still.
Cows do eat grass, and you could technically say that flowers um, are a type of grass, I guess. No, I'm kidding. Please, I'm not a botanist. Don't hold me accountable.
Fair enough.
But
Fair
yeah,
enough.
right now it looks like they are gonna be branding out that Minotaur. That is just a respect band from what we've seen in the last game. And yeah, right now that it's always appropriate to ban out the heroes. Like I said, there are known knowns and known unknowns, and when you identify threats, it's better to take that out rather than speculate on what threats could be possible. And the lobby bans allows for 5 bans, which gives a variety on what heroes you can afford to ban
Yeah.
out here. So yeah, right now we are gonna be seeing um, both teams ready. Right now, we might be seeing like a completely different types of strategy from both teams. Last game that they went for tank jungler, we might be seeing an assassin jungle. I would like to see an assassin jungle. Xing, 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 xing. It's always
Indeed.
interesting, seeing people you just trying to emulate Kyrie. But right now, yeah, it's
Thorns
anyone's
remain.
guess how this game is gonna
Petals fall.
play out. But ooh, looks like it's PHX that will be batting out that Lancelot, even as a first pick.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting to see.
Let
I was
them
actually
play the
fancying
hero.
seeing
Beneath
Emmy
their
on
I will
that
be the truth
Lancelot
this
because he
world
assured us that he
desperately
was definitely
needs.
going to concoct some monstrous drafts for us to witness right here. So I was actually hoping to see some resemblance of
No
Kyrie
fly is
in his
born
gameplay
by
today with that
day is
Lancelot, but
guided
I
by
guess we'll have
mountain's
to wait for
light.
another day, either in the lower brackets or in the upper brackets if they somehow manage to pull off this reverse sweep. But the next ban followed by Realm of
Light
Kings,
me up
actually
and
that's
watch the
Yuzhong,
Your
and
world
then we
chance is
see
burn.
the
ticking.
Zushin
They
ban
call me a hero
by
because I
PHX, and the
saved my
final
nation from
ban is the
falling
last
apart.
Insanity, Maestro himself, Xborg, and immediately Emmy going for that Yi Sun Shin pick. So this is quite
Crowned by
a
heaven's
contested
mandate,
jungle pick right
my
now,
legacy shall
given
endure.
especially with the number of bans, I guess. And
Welcome to Guad's
like
castle,
was
tiny
not exactly
friend.
buffed recently, so I would actually want to see more of Soyo in this tournament since he was recently buffed and that brought him back into the limelight of somewhat meta
Payback
junglers.
time.
But Realm of Kings going for that Zishan and the Grok pick. It's interesting that he chose to ban Minotaur
Let's
on
hear
the
for the
left
crowd.
Grok open
Your
stew.
Make some
team
noise
is
for
picking.
yours truly.
Right now, did they ban Grok in the previous game? Or
I
was he just ignored?
believe it was just ignored. I don't recall them banning Grok.
Yeah, so right now we are seeing that Grok pick. He has had a very strong showing. Um, he has had a very strong showing in the previous games, but it looks like it's Big Emmy that's going to be on that YSS here. And swapping they're swapping heroes now. Zaytan going to the
Basically,
side of Realm of
yeah.
Kings,
Yeah.
YSS going to the side of
It's
PHX,
my way or
but they're
highway.
still retaining that CC pick. And right now, I would say that having maybe a CC gold name and
Yeah.
something like an Xborg XP
Chivalry is
wouldn't
dead,
be bad
and
in
I
this
will
case.
revive it.
But I don't
But
think that they're going to go for
Xbox is
that
banned.
route. Oh yeah, Xbox is banned. Sorry, I wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't notice that. Okay. Well, yeah. Yeah, it is pretty okay with this
Yeah.
draft. I'm guessing Striker might be going for a
Sagittarius
DPS.
guides my arrow.
Marksman might we might see a repeat of that Beatrix pick here
Indeed.
on Destiny. Yeah, it's anyone's guess what Destiny is gonna pick here. We did see that Badang. Maybe not the best showing of a Badang, but are we gonna see maybe something like a Tigreal?
I mean, you
Ooh,
never
but
know.
it does look like a Ruby. Ruby does get that heal coming in from the
Let's
split
make the
version
whole
of
world begin. Have lively.
Your team is
of
picking.
glue, but
Yeah.
this Florin pick, I'm definitely not a fan. I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna have to go to the side of Realm of Kings in terms of draft here because right now their only front line will be this CC and this Ruby, but it might not. There's complications having the gold lane as a frontliner,
Yeah.
at least in my opinion. So this is with a Fasa, so it's gonna be right now. You can see that they just instantly responded with that higher booster pick because
Yeah.
now he has multiple targets that he can pick on. He can go for the YSS, he can go for the Fasa, he can also go for the Rome, which is the
Yeah.
Florin. So yeah, right now it's gonna be interested to see how they navigate this Hayabusa pick, maybe with a flicker. But oh, actually, that Fasa is on a Purify.
Yeah.
Probably
I
gonna have to
mean,
go for an Ellie Winter Crown. But yeah, this is gonna be a tough game for the South PHX. Just speaking purely based on the draft, in my opinion. But what are your thoughts, Davis?
Welcome
yeah,
to
I mean, I
Mobile
think
Legends.
he opted for that purify just to try to
5
make sure
seconds
that
till the enemy
he
reaches the
doesn't get
battlefield.
caught by that quad
Smash them.
shadow and he can
All troops
maybe
deployed.
fancy his chances on getting out of the shadow kill if it is eventually committed to him, excuse me. But yeah, um to be honest, I like full drafts, but I'm a bit partial to the side of Realm of Kings because I just want to see this Croc being played out right in front of us. So I want to see how well they will be able to execute that hero, the plays around him, and the potential that he has for the end gauges. So I really, really want to see some very, very nice plays on the side of Realm of Kings. But that is not to undermine the draft of PHX as well. We all know how much of a menace Florine can be with her universal healing ult. So uh, we'll just have to see how the game plays out, I guess. But so far so good. Um I'm also surprised that Ruby is still in the goal lane because from some conclusions that I heard, it was that fighters are no longer as oppressive as they used to be in the gold lane. So I'm actually a bit surprised that they are still opting for this Ruby in the gold lane. So I'm definitely going to take that pick with a grain of salt, especially when the fight actually comes to its climax when they have those big engages. But we actually see a bit of poke in the mid lane, and now that the total is coming up still, who do you think has the better positioning and the better chance of taking it right now?
Right now, it's going to be difficult for the side of PHX to contest just based purely on space,
Yeah,
because that Grok can zone the members of PHX quite nicely together with the glue.
yeah.
But the side of PHX actually have a Florin who isn't very useful until she gets her level 4 ultimate. But ooh,
Oh,
looks like it's gonna be Emmy that will secure the hunt, but the Phoenix Fall is gonna, the Fall of Phoenix actually will catch Big Emmy out, but had the wild charge in backline there to catch a knock up onto Striker as well as Mick.
ay, 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 ay. I mean, that was I don't even know what to say right now. I was about to commend Emmy for taking the initiative and actually going in for that total and actually getting that secure, but he just didn't have enough backup to make sure that he comes out of that engage with his life. The whole of Realm of Kings collapsed on him right away, and he ended up being the first blood, and then every other person just fell after him, and then they continue their reign of chaos, take it all the way to the top lane where Ruby was trying to just get some gold for herself, but she saw three people right there coming just for her, and sadly she ended up dropping right there. And they are still not done. Still, they're actually going into the jungle area of Big Emmy, and he thankfully manages to secure that blue.
Right now, what we're seeing is just like I said, there is a lack of space that the side of PHX will be able to secure here, having that flooring room and the YSS in the jungle. If the floor room was accompanied by a tank jungler like Fredrin that we saw in the first game, he would be
Yeah.
able to create some space for himself. But looks like, oh, that is the wild
Oh
child
my Jesus.
committed onto Striker, and he
Oh
will
my
fall as
Jesus.
well.
Sorry, I didn't. How long did that guy even last? It seemed like I thought that was a fighter, but they just took care of her like that was Nana, bro. I don't know. Are my eyes deceiving me? Is that really Ruby?
Right now, Ruby is a fighter when she has her items and can, land her sustain CC skills. But that
Yeah,
Ruby didn't even get a chance because that was the damage that was for pouring on from four different heroes. And yeah, we can see that Ruby's actually going for a defense item first instead of
yeah.
War Axe, which is a pretty interesting choice. Um, yeah, I would have expected that she goes for the War Axe straight up. But yeah, right now what we're seeing is just Grok being as oppressive as he usually is. But the grab
Bro.
actually going to go on to make. He does manage to escape the splits, the but no, he does not escape the Iggy Shadow Q coming in from Iron loudly. Ooh, but it is Ryota that will fall to Big Emmy here, and that'll be the first kill in the game for the side of PHX.
Yeah, definitely. That's a bit of a lifeline right there. A silver lining in the cloud, and it's really, really cloudy in the land of Dawn right now for especially for Phoenix's esports. But I think they still have a chance to reel this game back in with Big Emmy actually farming as well as he is currently. So he could probably get this game back in. But Dragon Knight 2K is being an absolute menace on this Grok right now. His walls alone are enough to trigger some paranoia in the side of PHX and make them pin their pants because once that wall is up, the next thing that falls up is usually a disastrous engage that sends everyone into chaos, and most times their roster ends up getting broken and they end up in the fountain. But right now the second total is up. Dragon Knight still remaining a menace. We see Aegon actually committing that heavy crossbow and Ion actually using the feathered airstrike, but he actually has to purify and use that wing by wings to get out. Realm of Kings are trying to follow up. They're trying to get a kill after securing that turtle, but PHX are being very, very careful right now. They are retreating strategically just to make sure that they don't give up any more resources to Realm of Kings to make sure that this game doesn't just go right out of their hands still. Even with this engage under the tower, we see that grab right there by Kisi Ryota, and he just sprints away. Feather strike committed on what am I doing, and you will wonder what he is doing, but somehow he still manages to walk away alive.
Right now you can see the Celebrum of Kings winning with a leading with a 4K gold lead. Um, Ivan Palali just trying to catch Iron off guard here, but Iron knows what's up. He expects that he's waiting. Looks like he might actually recall here because he's not gonna take that risk of being cut off by Hayabusa. But yeah, it is right now we're just seeing that it's gonna be like the last game, except in this part that they do have multiple members that can try and be that carry. Um,
Yeah,
they don't. They're gonna have to wait to their entire team can kind of huddle together, and they have like Ruby and Mick, sorry, pardon me, in the front line, and they can
yeah.
just sustain the damage. But it looks like the fall of the Phoenix will be going to be committed here. The wild charge
Oh,
onto the back line coming in from Dragon Knight, but oh, he's not going to be. Oh, the I am offended pulls them back in, but there isn't not enough damage to get them. And that fire will be snuffed out with only the tier 1 falling as well as
bro.
Mick. And it yeah, it's just to my points is they're gonna have to wait for a point in the game where all of them can huddle together and really make the most out of those flooring hills. Because right now they don't have any way to get map control because
Yeah,
their roam is a Florine and a jungler is a YSS. So
yeah.
yeah. But what do you think? How do you think this is gonna play out, Davis?
I mean, it's looking very, very grim for PHX right now because that engage at the bottom lane was actually a 4v5, and Realm of Kings basically walked out of that without breaking the sweat. While they were busy engaging five members of PHX, Aegon was just doing the Lord's work in the mid lane, pushing, getting more gold, getting the minions, getting all the creeps, the free creeps in their jungle, and then even with that, Realm of Kings still managed to get one kill secured. And we see once again they are just everywhere in the map. They took the Lord 2 seconds ago and already they're in the bottom lane with Mick being mounted by Ryota right now, sitting on her face. And then we see that Fury of the Phoenix going in and that tectonic charge under the tower actually gets four knocked up. They actually knocked up four girls right there. Oh, they're just two women. Fair enough. But either way, that was a huge knock up. And we see that Coachalo going once again to the back line, actually gets striker, and he gets zoned out by the wall of Grok, and he has no choice but to burn the flicker. But that is the he's exposed right now. The last inhibitor from the top and the bottom still on, but they are just focusing on the base right there. And that's that is game two secured by
Victory!
Realm of Kings still.
Right now, you can just see a masterful gameplay from Dragonite on that Grok coming in with that MVP 11.4 rating here. Yeah, he just really oppressive with those ultimates coming in, knocking up all of the members of PHX.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
leaving leaving any in the jungle to just try and pick up the scraps. But yeah, the game more or less fell apart when this Florian pick came in from Destiny, and it was just it's pretty hard to salvage any form of space when your roam is a support and your jungler is not a tank. It's becomes extremely difficult, and maybe if they had like a real tank as an XP, like instead of a CC, it could have been salvageable. But yeah, right now it's just nah, I don't feel that there was anything they could do except for wait for the late game here. But yeah, GG's both teams.
Indeed.
Yeah, this is not over for the losers. The winners will progress, and losers will go to the lower brackets to the single match elimination. So,
Yeah.
as usual, we will see you. Maybe not tomorrow, maybe next tomorrow. But if you haven't liked and subscribed, you should, because I'm watching you right now. I'm at your bedroom window.
All right then. So that is still saying good night, and this is also me saying good night. So over and out.